So Kimarya asked, "Is there a miscellaneous section we can choose from? I sort of feel I could choose a non-combat item. Maybe later I could get a shielding item as well." Liram and Dara both had an odd reaction before Liram responded, "I've been here before. There are some useful items for crafters and random kinds of items used to build complex formations." Kimarya was intrigued by the understanding she inferred from the word formation that Liram mentioned before asking in her head, "Sunny, what formations is he referring to?" As Liram led the way, Sunny answered Sunny, "By formations you can consider it as a magical script of power. These scripts, designs are derived from their understanding of natural phenomena in the universe, mimicking effects like fire, electricity, pressure, etc. It's basically natural laws that were derived through generations that have power and affect change when written. It's very similar to programming. The universe and reality is a computer, and it is those experiencing it that are creating micro versions of the world onto items or space. They are built using the powers of the profound ways or cultivation and are powered in three ways. Either unique and powerful ingredients used to create the item that accumulates energy on their own and from their environment, could be powered with the energy contained within energy jades and even from the energy from cultivators themselves. These formations can do things like shielding the sect for as long as they have energy jades, or are powered by cultivators that can hopefully overpower and defend against attacks. They can protect from unauthorized access, attacks, and natural calamities. Usually entire cities, sects, towns, monasteries, and homes. Formations can do attacks. They can cause effects on environments like allowing concentration and empowering cultivation comprehension to better help cultivators. Their functions and applications are limitless. Kimarya's eyes were shining. This was almost exactly like programming, something she did professionally and had a grand passion with in her previous life. She thought to herself, "I wonder what amazing things I could create in the future." As they walked through many sections of weapons, they saw an elder carrying a large, old, and rusty cauldron that, for some odd reason, caught Kimarya's attention. Her eyes made contact with the elder's eyes, who then stopped and asked, "Yes, can I help you with something, little one?" Kimarya drew on some confidence and said, "That cauldron, could I perhaps get it?" The elder blinked at the surprising question before responding, "This is an ancient cauldron that no longer works, so it's going to be stored in the back to be used later as scraps. It is ancient, but it was created with excellent material that we could reuse to make new items." She responded, "I want it, please. Can I trade it for this paper that I received?" Liram and Dara were both shocked and implored her to not do that. They explained that there are cauldrons of much higher quality up ahead and on not wasting this opportunity on trash. The elder was shocked and also told her to reconsider. Kimarya hesitated after seeing everyone's reactions, but when she looked back at the cauldron, the feeling she initially had only grown even stronger. Sasquatch suddenly said, "You wouldn't be making a mistake to get that old item. This great one feels it's not as simple as it appears." Kimarya decided and said more firmly, "I need this cauldron. Please allow me to take it." The elder shook his head as if to say no as he thought about how precious the metal was, but seeing how determined Kimarya was and the slip of paper, he conceded. "Very well, but just so you don't feel that this old uncle is cheating you out of this very special paper slip, you can have some basic crafting supplies. The rest of the discarded and faulty items this old one was going to recycle as well, since you appear to be an aspiring crafter," chuckled the elder. "Although they were going to be recycled, you might be able to use some for a while as you grow in your studies without fear of expensive failures in this arduous path. The materials they are made of are not too bad. I'll be right back. Please be patient." After 20 minutes of being questioned by Dara and Liram, as well as rejecting the crazy suggestion from the daring Dara, who said that we could run before the elder returns with the rusty old cauldron, Liram quickly covered her mouth, saying, "Don't be rude, Dara." A minute later, they heard the footsteps of the elder, who had a ring of holding in his hand. Kimarya walked over with the paper slip and put it in the elder's hand, who handed the ring to her. Kimarya accepted the ring, even though she wasn't yet able to check its contents due to not yet cultivating. She also thought it would be too rude to have Liram check in front of the elder.